Welcome to Live with Chatufa. Welcome, Chain Champions. I salute you this very day, a blessed day that we are seeing today. Very interesting things that we continue to see happening in the country as the political landscape continues to be very, very exciting. CHARLTON Hwende eyes for CCC presidency, leaving the SG position for SONGEZO Tshabangu. So this is the plan that we understand is being hedged at the CCCPF, the surrogate of ZANU PF, as we have seen them gathering themselves together and singing praises of ZANU PF and abiding to what ZANU PF has endorsed, especially the idea of having the signature of SONGEZO Tshabangu being the original and de facto signature of the Secretary General of the CCC. So what they've simply done, these guys, is that they've exposed themselves to the nation. Everyone else is aware now of who they are, what they stand for. They can no longer continue to deceive the Zimbabwean people. Their story is now very, very clear. And what they have simply done is they've put the final nails into their political coffins. We do not see them ever surviving this. There is no one out of this cabal of the CCC who is ever going to see again an opportunity to be in the political office, because Zimbabweans are never going to ever trust them again or give them another mandate or responsibility to be leading in the political circles. So what we have seen happening is the idea that the CCC has warmed up to ZANU PF assertions of putting SONGEZO Tshabangu unconstitutionally and illegally on the position of the Secretary General. And we have heard them, adopting that as their stance, something that is very, very shocking and disturbing for a political party that is supposed to be fighting for the rights of the citizens of Zimbabwe. We have heard Welshman Ngube speak, and let me just play the video once again so people can remember what we are talking about.
That the state and some state institutions, from the judiciary through parliament, ZEC, he have recognized the signature of Senator Tshabangu as the signature representing the party. We acknowledge that, contrary to what some of us have said in the past, that we didn't know Senator Tshabangu. We did. He was a member of this body. He was a member of the National Executive. He was a member of the National Council. He attended the fateful meeting of 22 January.
So there it is. So the most surprising thing is that Welshman Ngube acknowledges that he lied in the past, that he did not know SONGEZO Tshabangu, because this is what he also said. And today he's speaking now, enveloping everyone to say some of us said. And yet he's also one of the very same people that said they did not know SONGEZO Tshabangu, only for pictures to surface where he was having lunch with SONGEZO Tshabangu at a restaurant in Bulawayo just around the days of COVID. So this is what is happening. So the plan that is being hedged is that they now want to go for some kind of a bogus Congress, because of course they don't have proper structures around. They don't have support base from the Zimbabwean people. So what they are planning to do is they want to go for some bogus Congress where they will now start to restructure, especially positioning themselves not for anything else, but of course for the money that ZANU PF is supposed to be releasing. Like I said yesterday, that you are going to see the fights that are going to come out once this money is released. There's going to be a lot of noise, and there are some that are going to pack bags and go, because they will realize that when it comes to the sharing of the loot, this is where the problem will come. So it is going to be very, very exciting, because people that are there right now, they are anticipating that they are going to be getting quite some lion's share of that amount of money, because they are not going to be using that money for anything, because they don't have any business with the Zimbabwean people. So there is no how that they can have a budget of that could be spent in terms of reaching out to the people, having some meetings or gatherings or rallies, whatever, or acquiring property for the party. That is not going to be happening. It is going to be money just going into the individual pockets for them to simply squander the money, like the character of ZANU PF that we have always seen, that ZANU PF is just good at squandering money, They are just good at, giving each other amounts of money that are not going to be helping anything but except themselves. So this is what is going to be happening. So once they go for this Congress, what is going to be happening is Hwende is eyeing for the position of BT. He wants to be taking the position of BT, and he has been tipped that this is what they will be doing. And then he leaves the position for the Secretary General to SONGEZO Tshabangu. This is why you hear Ncube is already preparing the people for SONGEZO Tshabangu. SONGEZO Tshabangu was not supposed to fit here, and he does not fit there in that structure. But because ZANU-PF has endorsed SONGEZO Tshabangu, they are now beginning to speak the language of ZANU-PF and embrace SONGEZO Tshabangu. They can't do without Tshabangu because they know that Mnangagwa would want to release the party funds, of course, to SONGEZO Tshabangu and no one else. So if they don't embrace Tshabangu, they might lose. This is why they are in a hurry to quickly do a Congress and then officially making the Secretary General so that probably the money could be released into their custody, and then they will see what is going to be happening. But I foresee also a very critical issue that is going to rise, where SONGEZO Tshabangu, because of the power that has been given by ZANU-PF, and these guys bowing down to that power, he is going to be controlling everyone, including those presidents. And he is likely going to be the one who calls the shots on that money, and he may decide not to even release the money. You still remember Tshabangu in the past opened up a CBZ account in Borodale. And in that account, he was planning to have the money deposited into that account without consultation with any of the leadership of the CCC. So there's a possibility that this money could end up being deposited into a personal account of SONGEZO Tshabangu, not even in a CCC account. And that is going to be causing the noise, because Tshabangu can now control that money without anybody saying a word, anybody voicing out. And anybody who would voice out, Tshabangu has got power to write a letter and recall those individuals. So they are going to be in a dilemma where they can't complain about what SONGEZO is doing. At the same time, if they would complain, they would lose their positions, and they want to be in that parliament because these are guys that are good at just feeding their stomachs. It's all about their tummies. It's nothing else. Nothing about Zimbabwe, nothing about the freedom of the Zimbabwean people, nothing about the welfare of the Zimbabwean people, but only to make sure that they position themselves in a place where they can be able to eat and enrich themselves, and probably end up getting some loans and cars, whatever trinkets that Mnangagwa can be throwing around in that House of Parliament. So very sad development that we are seeing coming out of these guys who have decided to sell the struggle to ZANU-PF. This is just an update of what is happening that I just wanted to share with you. For those that have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to this channel, promote this channel, support the work that we are doing by at least putting a subscribe press there, and then also ring the bell so you can continue to be receiving more and more of our shows each time that we are coming out. Thank you so much, family, for joining me on the show. Don't forget also to put your comment and also continue to promote the work that we are doing. Otherwise, I sign off. I shall be giving you more and more updates as the day goes by. You are blessed.